It's time for CCN Arts with segment star Anne-Marie Villicana.
That's right. Her guest is a well-known artist who started painting at a very young age and has won several awards since. Well, Anne-Marie, why don't you take it from here?
Hi, Derek and Alexis. My guest today, Stephen Mirich, is a fine artist with a large group of maritime paintings in his repertoire. He has won awards in painting since he was 15 years old. So welcome, Stephen, and it's so wonderful to see your beautiful collection of paintings that you have on display here. And so many of them are maritime and they are nocturnal. Can you tell us a little bit about them?
Oh, thanks, Anne-Marie. Well, I paint around the ocean all the time. I was born and raised in San Pedro, so a great influence of the ocean on my life and ships and maritime scenes. And although I paint daytime scenes and go to the beach, and who wouldn't want to sit on the beach and have a lovely day painting that way?
Sounds like the perfect job.
It's nice. It's a wonderful office. But there's a group of my friends and I, we love to paint at night as well. And so to do that, we have little lights that we attach to our easels.
These look like little antenna. So what do you do with these?
Well, I have a little Velcro thing that I could attach to my boxes and just stick that on, turn on the light, and it gives me the light to paint at night. So I can make direct observations from what I'm painting and feel comfortable at night, just as if it was the daytime, as long as you have enough light. And so nowadays, with all these new little LED lights coming out, there's just a whole array of different light setups you could use on your easels.
Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about this painting here? It's a beautiful building. It looks like it's night with all the stars.
Right. That one, I was in a group with the California Art Club, and we were painting at San Juan Capistrano Mission.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
And in the mission grounds, this one at night. Well, I actually started this the year before, because as I was painting along at night, and you would think, you know, nice and quiet and things wouldn't change, all of a sudden all the automatic lights came on and flooded the buildings with light.
It changed your colors.
Yeah, so I had to stop, put it away, and the next year when I was down there, I came up to the groundskeeper and asked him, can we turn the clocks off? So that night, we had long into the night, we could paint without the lights changing.
That's funny. So do you ever have incidences like that impede your being able to paint? I mean, I think you could have little animals going by or people interrupting you.
Just like during the day, there's all kinds of things that can happen. I was in Ohio painting at the Erie Canal, and there was a little bridge crossing this one part of the canal at this park. And I'm painting along at night, just quiet as can be. And just as I noticed out the corner of my eye something swimming toward me, it was a beaver. And as soon as I saw it's a human, it slapped its tail, dove into the water, and my brushes went everywhere. I kind of called it quits because there went my brushes.
Well, it's funny. Well, listen, you are such an interesting person as far as your art. You said you actually made your pochade box here, and
Yes.
you make your frames.
Well, it's something artists have more than one love, but I love to work in the garage and with my hands, and then tailor a box like this one
It's just
to my
beautiful.
needs. It has a slider in it, so I can paint and slide the wet paintings in the box. Here's an interesting one from the blood moon rising over Newport Bay a couple years ago.
Wow.
And Bixby Slough.
Now this one, I think, correlates with this painting.
Oh, that's right, yeah. So this is down by San Pedro, or Harbor City, and a place called Harbor Lake, but the old Spanish name was Machado Lake, sometimes also known as Bixby Slough. And I'll work on paintings like this on location, making quick notes. From that, I could go back to my studio and work up paintings like this that I won't have the time to do on location. Now, funny thing about this lake, I think it became more famous for Reggie the alligator that ended up living there rather than my paintings.
Well, it's absolutely beautiful. So I know that you also have a great fondness for boat paintings. So can you tell us a little bit about your affinity for boats?
Well, I grew up there in San Pedro on the water and spent a lot of years yacht racing, moving boats, actually even worked as a cook on tugboats for a while. And so part of what I love to do is recreating old clipper ship scenes and what sailed up and down the west coast, lumber schooners from Washington and Oregon down to San Pedro Harbor. So it's been a part of my repertoire as well.
It's beautiful. And you do, with this, the moon rising, it makes me think of the early 1900s with Granville Redmond, was so well known for his Early plein air paintings in the moon.
There you go. Granville Redmond, and we had a number of artists out here. Frank Tenney Johnson lived in Pasadena. Right. He was famous for lighting a cigarette, a cowboy lighting a cigarette while sitting on his horse at night. And so many other night painters. But it's not the normal thing you would think of, going out at night with your easel and painting in the dark.
Can you also tell us you're involved with the Conservancy of the Lands at the Portuguese Bend?
Oh, yes. Over the last 15 years or so, a group of my friends and I, we call ourselves the Portuguese Bend Artist Colony. And because of our love for the outdoors, we've done a lot of fundraising for our local land conservancy in the area with our art shows and portions of our sales going to the land conservancy. Yes,
and then you have a painting right now at the Autry, and you have a big show coming up at the Irvine Museum in a month or so. Is that right?
That's right. The Autry is in its last week. It's going to be closing on the 30th of this month. There's going to be a large group of artists painting on location on the grounds of the Autry. There's going to be people in period costume. There might be even a couple of horseback riders in that, with all the artists painting on location, so you could come down. The public's all for free to come and watch and see the artists involved with their painting.
Well, thank you so much, Stephen. You have such beautiful work here. So I hope that all of you get a chance to go to the Autry Museum or to the Irvine Museum to see the exhibit Dusk to Dawn. Back to you, Alexis and Derek.
Thanks, Anne-Marie. Well, that's it for now. Thanks to Alexis Walker for co-hosting the show. Great to have you there. Stephen Mozina, Jerry Orrs, Anne-Marie Villicana, and Stephen Mirich.
Thanks also to the CCN Sunrise crew and the entire Crown City Network team. And of course, we want to thank our sponsors, including Foothill Transit, EH Financial, East San Gabriel Valley ROP, Color Dots, The Smile Agency, NGOC Global Consultants, and San Gabriel Valley Economic Partnerships for making this show possible.
And don't forget to join us on Crown City News, crowncitynews.com, the Crown City News YouTube page, our CCN Sunrise Twitter and Facebook, KVMD Saturdays at 6 a.m., Sundays at 5 a.m. We'll see you next time.